Hi, let me explain the purpose of the page requests and clients and suppliers which are here. So, requests. Those are requests which come from your clients. You can receive them on your email and then manually transfer them into this page. We're working on some automations so you could create them faster from emails or from WhatsApp, or you also need to transfer the request manually here. However, you can embed a request form on your web page using this pop-up window and by inserting this code on your web page, and then the request will automatically come from your web page, from potential clients visiting your web page into our system. And yeah, here you can fill in all the information, and several offers can be attached to one request. And one client can have several requests. For example, you created a request for a client, and after 1 year the client returns back and wants to buy another trip from you. So in this case you create another request for the same client. So if you go to clients, you will be able to see all their previous requests and all their previous offers on this page. You can see offers and you can see their previous requests. And suppliers. Suppliers are the companies from whom you buy accommodation, activities, other services. It is important to create suppliers first on this page, then you can connect the exact services to these existing suppliers. So when you create an element on the element page, or during when you are creating your offer in the itinerary builder, you can also click a button there and go to creating a new element. So when you are creating the element on this page, you see there's a field to select supplier. You can select from the suppliers that you have created beforehand on the supplier page. Or if you are creating an element automatically from a link or from a location with the use of AI, that page will look a bit different, more simple than this one, with less fields, with less tabs here, but it will also have a field for supplier. And it is important to select the supplier because it will help you to work with prices later on better. If you go to an offer, any offer, and to the prices tab, you can see that all the elements here, there are an element, it can be a location, some place of interest which is visited during the trip, but an element, it can be also a guided tour or activity, accommodation. So you can, those kind of elements that actually have prices and that you actually buy from different companies, those services you have to connect to suppliers. And here in this case you will be able to also to connect this service to the supplier. If the element is already, the template element is connected to the supplier, then the supplier will appear here, and if you click the supplier, you will open the page with the supplier, and you can read some information about it here, about the commission rate, for example. You can keep here the link to the supplier's agent profile page, where you can go and book something directly. or you can just check the contact details if you have created them beforehand, the contact details, and choose whom to write to book services or to inquire for prices. So suppliers can be added in elements, in template elements, or suppliers can be selected directly on this page, prices in some exact offer, just for some services with prices. There's also a button book from suppliers. If you click this button, you can select supplier from those suppliers who are already represented in this trip. So here you will see only the suppliers which are selected here, and which with the status booked. So first you select the supplier, then you can change statuses. It can be booked, the service can be booked with auto cancellation, or it can be booked with manual cancellation. Means that you need to write an email to the supplier to cancel some service, and it will not be cancelled automatically if it's not paid. So when you go to this button book from supplier, you can select a supplier and you will see services. Actually, you will see here services with different statuses. Yellow means booked, gray means it's not booked yet, green means already paid. So we need to book this service which is not booked yet. We choose services that we need to book, and here we have an automatic email text describing the date of the service, the name of the service, the time of the service, amount of adults, of children, and the net prices which you have entered here in the itinerary price page, and the total, and also the information of your main tourist. If if you give this information to your supplier to contact in the future. If you don't give this information, then you just delete this information, and then you click copy booking message, and then you paste it in your email. So this way you have already created email to write to send to your supplier. Also, you can manage payments to your suppliers, but this option is available only in trips. So when the offer is confirmed, you move it, confirmed by your client, you move it to the trip page. How to move the offer to the trip? You go here and you click convert and move to trips, and you click save. So when the offer becomes a trip, we go here and we see another tab which is called payments. In payments tab, we can control all the amounts that we receive from our clients and the amounts that we pay to our suppliers, but only if we have, of course, selected the supplier in the prices tab. So when we go to payments to suppliers, we see there are some payments already entered here, and to enter a new payment you have to select a supplier. Right now we don't see any suppliers because there are no services which are not paid yet. For example, if we delete one of those payments, and again go here. Now we can make this payment again, because after we deleted it, the status went back to booked, not paid. So again, for day 4, what is not paid is this cruise. If we select it, we can enter this payment. So for example, we know that we made the payment today. In this case, we don't need to fill in the date. If it was made yesterday, then we can select the yesterday. If it's today, if we don't fill anything here, the date will be automatically today. And if you have different bank accounts, you can select the right account, so you will know then where to look for the receipt, for example, of this payment on which bank account. And the same way we can make a refunds, but refunds you make only for trips that are already paid, right? So the same way you can enter a refund. For example, let's make a refund for this service. Now this is service is refunded, and if we go here, we can see the status of the service, that it has been refunded. And it means the supplier has returned the money to us for this service, because it has been cancelled. So if we create supply payments, they accumulate here and they are deducted from what we received from our clients, and this way we calculate the real profit, which is the difference between client payments and supplier payments. When we book and mark some services as booked or paid, it helps us to work on pricing and booking, so we don't forget to book and pay any services. And it also prevents us from making any mistakes in the builder. So your target is, your aim is that all the services are green. That means there would be no gray or yellow services. Well, unless they could be gray and if they are not included, or if they need to be paid on the spot. Otherwise, if you receive money for these services from your clients, then they need to be green. And if you go to builder, you see those colors are already also transferred here. And if the service is paid or booked from supplier, you cannot delete it or you cannot move it to other place. So it's fixed because it has been already booked from the supplier. If you need to delete this service or move it, first you need to write an email or contact your supplier other way, change the booking, maybe change it online, and then you need to change the status here in prices. And so we find it here, day 3, it's here. So for example, we agreed with the supplier that we change the service to another day. It stays paid, but we just move it to another day. So first you need to change the status here, and then you will be able to not to book, because booked is also not deletable or movable, but to not booked, and only then you will be able to move it in the itinerary builder. That's it for this video, and see you in next videos.